Welcome back to College Football Dropouts. I'm Aaron,
I'm Christian.
and today we'll be talking about the Texas Longhorns 2026 preview. This is a team with a coach in Steve Sarkisian that's probably under a lot of pressure to perform this year. You know, they've had some talented rosters, and they've been removed from the mantle of what they used to be. You know, Texas is considered a blue blood, haven't competed for a natty in a long time. They've been close, got put out in the semifinals by Washington a few years ago. But I mean, this is probably the best roster they've had in a long time.
Yeah, for sure. This roster up and down is absolutely stacked. Um, Starting with what I think is the most important position, quarterback. Arch Manning seemed to have started to figure it out towards the end of last season. He was really, really exciting to watch. Um, I remember thinking to myself, first few times I saw him play, oh God.
Yeah, the first few weeks were rough.
Yeah, I was like, he got all this recruitment because of his name.
Hmm.
And, he went to a smaller school, was playing lesser opponents. Then he got to the big stage and it looked spooky. It didn't look like it was going to work out for him, but he started to figure it out. Him and Ryan Wingo, they seem to get a really good connection
Yeah.
later on in the year. But he also has another new toy to play
Yeah.
around with. Probably, I would say, the best receiver in college football.
Nah, he's
And
up there. Cam Coleman, one of
yeah,
the most exciting talents I've seen, not just a wide receiver, but just on the offensive side of the football.
hmm
Left Auburn this offseason. Put up about 700 receiving yards last year.
hmm
And then going back to the chemistry between Manning and Wingo, you know, Manning finished last year with 3,000 passing yards, a little over 3,000 passing yards, and then Wingo had about 800 receiving yards. So even despite that slow start, you know, Manning really grew into his role throughout the
hmm
season. You know, Wingo played a big role in that, kind of being his little outlet. So I'm excited to see what they'll do in year two together.
hmm
But it's also a thing of you would imagine Cam Coleman will be the number one guy. So Ryan Wingo will probably get easier assignments.
I want to say that Cam Coleman will be the number one guy just because I feel talent wise he is way ahead of Ryan Wingo. But Wingo has been with Arch.
Yeah.
They've gotten, the chemistry going. Um, and so with Cam Coleman, Arch is still going to have to adjust. We're talking about size difference, speed difference. Every receiver likes different things. Ryan Wingo might say, hey, put it in my hands, put it on my chest. I'm going to come down with it. And Cam Coleman's like, throw it within 10 feet of me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go get it.
Put in the same zip code and I'll catch it.
Yeah. So I want to say Cam Coleman be wide receiver one there, but just based off of connection, I don't know if he will. But that doesn't mean that Ryan Wingo is going to put up much higher stats, get more looks or anything like that, because it could turn into one of those things where, get into a game and
Mm.
Cam Coleman's just streaking down the field every play.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got no choice but to get it to him. So, oh no, it'll be very interesting and fun to watch. Kind of sad.
Very sad.
Yeah, it's going to be sad to see him utilized the way he should be utilized instead of just running go routes and hitches and comeback. So him actually getting to have a route tree is going to be very fun to watch.
Yeah. Exhilarating. Should be an explosive offense if the offensive line can hold up.
Yes.
They did have some offensive line struggles last year. They're returning a few of those guys, but you know, I mean, Arch Manning got sacked 23 times last season,
Beat up.
and that is ridiculous.
In my opinion, the two most important groups in college football are going to be your quarterback group and your offensive line group. It doesn't matter if you've got Cam Newton, Tim Tebow, Bryce Young. It doesn't matter who you have back there if they don't have time.
Yeah.
If they're running for their life 24/7, they can't get comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, you want your quarterback to get comfortable and get into a rhythm, and that's when you start seeing quarterbacks start picking teams apart. I say this with almost every offensive line group. I mean, at some point, you have to take it personal. I wouldn't want to be in a group where my group was a question mark. You know, you listen to other people talk about it. They're like, oh, Arch Manning's going to be good. The receivers are going to be good. They brought in 2 good running backs. Offensive line, you have to take it personal. Have to take protecting your quarterback personal. I honestly expect them to have a step up. Sarkisian's not one of those coaches that would just tolerate mediocrity. So I think he'll have those boys fired up and ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be a shame to have all those weapons and you don't have the time to get the ball to them.
Yeah, I mean, look at Cam Coleman at Auburn.
Yeah. I
Prime
think that was
example.
more than just O-line, though.
Well, yeah, it also doesn't help when you have 4 different quarterbacks throwing you the ball in a season.
Yeah.
So, gosh, I really hate that. I don't want this to turn into a Cam Coleman video, but gosh, dude, that one stung a lot. So, let's get into this running back room.
Yeah, so they lose Trey Wisner. He transfers to Florida State in this offseason. And they bring in Hollywood Smothers from NC State.
Dog.
Ran for 900 yards last year.
Dog.
And they also bring in Raleek Brown, who ran for 1,000.
Arizona State, right?
Yeah, Arizona State.
Okay. Yeah, I think there'll be a really good 1-2 punch. Everyone in the country wanted Smothers.
Yeah, I really thought he was going to Alabama.
I did too. I think that was where he was supposed to go. I don't know if Texas came out of nowhere and offered that oil money.
Yeah.
And got him there, but I remember being kind of scared when
Yeah.
I saw he was leaning towards Bama. But yeah, I think that's a perfect 1-2 punch. They both, bring similar but differences. One I feel like is a all down back, and the other, can help you in the pass game. So another exciting group to watch.
Yeah, it'd be a slight step up for both of them. Smothers being from the ACC and Raleek Brown being from the Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd imagine they'll be able to hang.
Yeah.
I mean, they put up pretty good numbers in those leagues.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Texas's defense could probably end up being one of, if not the nastiest in the SEC, at least probably in the whole country. I mean, they bring back a lot of guys at all 3 levels. They got a guy in Colin Simmons they're bringing back on the D-line.
Dog.
Absolutely. 12 sacks last season. And then the linebackers/edge, they're bringing in Rasheem Biles from Pitt.
Dog.
Watching his highlight reel was nasty.
Oh, man, dude. Oh, man, I can't remember who was it that he had that pick 6 on?
Louisville.
I mean, it looked like dude jumped like 10 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Just freak athlete. I think he's the perfect build. And has the perfect athleticism to make do in the SEC. Wouldn't be surprised if he ended up being one of the top linebackers in the SEC next year.
Yeah. Yeah, I love him in both aspects of run stopping and dropping coverage. He has great recognition. And then in the secondary, they're bringing back Derek Williams Jr. So physical guy.
Good run support, safety.
Yeah, he likes playing the box a lot.
Yep. Now, he hasn't been tested much in the air based off of what I've seen in the stats that I've came up with. He had no pass deflections, no interceptions or anything from last season. It seemed like it was all just tackles.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see as well.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get tested against a really dynamic passing game.
And it might be one of those things where early in the season he might get tested because coaches are going to see that. They're like, well, is this guy any good in coverage? Let's find out. So,
well, I mean, talk about getting tested early in the season. They do host Ohio State week 2.
Jeremiah Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, buddy. Hey, he's gonna get tested pretty early.
Yeah,
So
I'm very interested to see what these teams do against each other.
I think, and I hate to keep beating this, the most exciting thing to watch in that game is going to be Arch and Cam Coleman versus Julian Sand and Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
This will finally put, I believe, the topic at ease. Who is the best receiver in college football?
Yeah, I mean, you got two really, I mean, you got the two best combos probably in all of college football. You got Sayan and Smith, and then Manning and Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're both going up against elite defenses. So, I mean, whoever, it kind of feels like whoever has the better day will be seen as the better duo, the better athlete.
Yep.
But I mean, I feel like both these teams are just so like it's like this close to
Yeah.
me, like neck and neck.
We're getting a playoff game in week 2.
Yeah, yeah, it's
That's going to
pretty
be
nasty.
fun. Yeah. Now, last year they played, and it was ugly.
Snooze fest.
Yeah. it wasn't fun, but I think this year is going to be, I expect a shootout 100% this game.
I don't know about a shootout, but it'll definitely be a war. Well, I mean, last year was a war. Last year was like a rock fight, but
Mm-hmm.
I think both teams will at least score
Yeah.
more than single digits. But yeah, I'm really excited. I give Texas a slight edge right now just because it's at Texas.
Yeah.
Then moving on later in the schedule, 2 weeks later, they're going to go to Tennessee for their first road game.
Old Rocky Top.
Yeah, very hostile environment. Roster wise and coaching wise, I think Texas is the better team.
Yeah.
It really is a thing of one, who's Tennessee's quarterback going to be and how good will he be? And I don't know. I mean, Texas will already be tested by a better team in Ohio State. I don't see this team getting rattled on the road. Like Cam Coleman's and Ryan Wingo definitely aren't going to get rattled.
No. That's one of those games that can go either way for me. If future me came to me now and said Texas is going to blow Tennessee out in Neyland Stadium, wouldn't be surprised. If future me came and said Texas is going to lose to Tennessee in Neyland Stadium, I don't think I'd be surprised either. I don't know if I can give this a definite win. I can't give it a definite loss. I think this one's a toss-up for me. It'll be fun to watch.
Right now, there's just too many uncertainties with Tennessee. I need to see who their quarterback's going to be and how good he is.
Yeah. And I think I'm thinking too much of Tennessee versus Bama.
Yeah.
And, I'm thinking that Tennessee always just plays well in these big games.
They do play up, especially when they're at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like they played Georgia super tight last year, really outplayed Georgia last year and just found a way to lose.
Mm.
So, I mean, it being at Rocky Top is a huge advantage.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we'll see. That'd be fun to watch too.
Yeah, then they get a bye, and then right off their bye, they're going to the Cotton Bowl to play Oklahoma in the Red River Shootout. This game seems unpredictable every single season
Yeah.
because it's like whoever I think has the clear edge ends up losing.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost never get this game right. So I don't know. Since I'm thinking Texas will beat them, Oklahoma will probably find a way to win.
Yeah. Win by 14 plus at that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a blowout. Then after Oklahoma, they got 3 home games in a row: Florida, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. I feel like they win all those.
Yeah.
Probably, to me, I feel like comfortably.
Yeah. I'd agree.
I think Florida and Ole Miss are talented teams, but I don't know. I just think Texas will have momentum at this point of the season. I'm just really high on Texas.
Me, that Ole Miss game, Ole Miss is either going to go into that game really good or they're going to go into it really bad. I personally think that they're going to have a drop off from last year. I think Trinidad came out of nowhere, and he's got talent, don't get me wrong, but the guy came out of nowhere. The first couple of games he played, teams weren't scouting for him.
Yeah.
So I expect a big decline. So yeah, I expect Texas to run through that into the schedule. Ole Miss was the only somewhat question mark that you can throw in there, and I don't even think that's a question mark. That might get ugly.
Yeah, I think Texas has the defense to contain Trinidad and Keywan Lacey. I don't think Ole Miss has the defense to contain what Texas will have going.
We'll have to see. They
Yeah.
did get a dog corner out of the transfer portal.
Yeah, who'd that be?
Jay Crawford.
Yeah, then after those 3 home games, they're going to go to Mizzou and to LSU back to back.
At LSU,
Nasty.
another playoff game.
Yeah, that's a sick game.
Yep. Ooh.
Then they'll get maybe a trap game, maybe not. Might beat them by 50. They get Arkansas after LSU and before Texas A&M.
Yeah, that is definitely a trap game with Texas A&M to follow. You see it all the time. Arkansas can go into this game with 4 or 5 wins on the season, and Texas is looking to the, 9-1 Texas A&M game,
Mm-hmm.
and just completely overlook Arkansas and then mess around and get punched in the mouth.
That would be a
So,
crazy signature win for Silverfield in his first year at Arkansas.
oh yeah, that'd be huge, and that would take Texas, like, depending on how the rest of the season goes, they drop that game, those playoff chances just start to
Yeah,
plummet.
they don't look as pretty.
Yeah, with the games against Ohio State and LSU and Death Valley.
Yeah, you never know. Never know. They could drop that game at Tennessee. Could drop the Red River Shootout.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like this schedule's not bad for an SEC team, but it's also not great.
Yeah, it's one of those schedules that if it works out for you, you're going to be thankful for it.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, you're like, God, why did we have to host Ohio State and go to Death Valley in the same year?
Mm-hmm. And go to Texas A&M.
Yeah, why did we do that to ourselves? But if they go into the postseason either undefeated or with maybe 1 loss, they'll be riding a high for sure.
Yeah. Or even 10-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you get to 9-3, I think they're probably out of there.
Mm-hmm. I'm expecting a big year out of Texas. I expect them to have a lot better of an offensive output.
They'll be a lot more consistent from season start to season finish.
Yeah. Man, dude, as long as everyone can stay healthy, I think this team has a really, really strong chance of going deep into the playoff.
Yeah, I think with this defense and the weapons they got on offense, I could see this team making potentially a title run.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely seems like if it ain't this year, when?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people have been saying for years, oh, this is the year for Texas.
Yeah.
This is the year. And it's never the year.
Yeah.
So hopefully they take that personally and they figure this shit out. Because Sark's time is ticking. He's been there for how long now?
Not that long.
It hasn't been super long, but it's been like 4?
I was thinking 4
years. Yeah. Yeah, he's got to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, we say figure it out. I mean, he's right there. He's just got to put together a couple more wins.
I mean, it's kind of like that situation with Dan Lanning at Oregon.
Yeah.
Every year. Right there. Right there. You just got to figure out that one last 1%.
Yeah, that one last step.
Mm-hmm. So, well, alrighty then. Well, again, my name is Christian.
And I'm Aaron, and this has been our 2026 Texas Longhorns breakdown. Please let us know what you think about Texas, what you think they'll do this year, and let us know what other teams you want to hear us talk about.
Thank you.